And we are back.
The second turn left a lot. 115.
Yeah,
It's weird that not many oval races in LFS have a real proper name, like... Well, no, I mean they have a proper name, but they don't have a sponsored name.
Yeah, it is kind of a story. There's been a series called LFS Car, not to mix it up with LFS Kart. It featured the GTRs.
Oh yeah,
in the oval.
That was like 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I remember it to decline before LFS Kart started. So it should be 5 years even. I mean, for a game, it is really some kind of history. It's not
This year we're touching 10 years of LFS. Yeah. 10 years. I think later this year, not yet, but I've seen something like 10 years of GTR or GTR2, even though that is still going actually, which is also quite remarkable.
Or just imagine EA would think in a decade. How many soccer games are out there in that time?
Seeing as it is EA Sports, probably about 50.
Yeah. FIFA 2002, 2K2 until FIFA 2012. Then all the extras. So it's pretty remarkable that we have still more or less the same game.
Also, of course, in a way, it's also a bit bad. Interest rate has dropped somewhat, you could say, with which also has led to, well, IGTC isn't returning this year, MOE has not returned either, so nor has GTAL, so the demand for it is just not there anymore. Instead of GTAL, you just have GT2 World Series for everyone now. So hopefully, I think it's going to be quite good this year, actually. I expect full grids for all races.
Yeah. Well, the decline in lift speed, especially in those big leagues, IGTC and MOE especially, they are quite hitting this game. They've been really the highest of its kind.
We finally start the Twin 150 number 2 session.
And the okay, the onboards died.
Talking about lower interest rate, I mean, we had far more cars for the 09 Kyoto 250, way over 40, I think.
Yeah.
We just barely have enough to be able to do these races. We're actually having
a cent in those races. But looking back in real life racing, we've had a similar situation in IndyCars where they barely got 33 cars for their Indianapolis 500.
Kyoto 500 is better than Indy 500, so
yeah, slingshot drafting really gets
extra drafting.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Indy. Indy is a great event, but sometimes the finishes are a bit dull. Well, last year was quite great.
Except for the final, that was so great. The best way to end the season and end the period with a chassis that is being used on road courses endlessly, even though it doesn't work at all. The new one still really doesn't.
Well, but the new one is already 3/10 faster than in his first year. It is 3/10 faster than the old one, and it's well, it was used since 05. So
yeah, since 05. Really like how big the rear wing is on the new IndyCar chassis. It's just like a wall.
I don't know how the IndyCar standings are there. They're currently racing.
Probably crashing or something, having 2 wide starts and crashing more.
There are no 2 wide restarts any longer.
Oh wow, they have common sense.
No, they've got a new race director.
Well, as I said, they have common sense.
Okay, yeah.
We're not far away from a 2 wide start either.
Yeah.
Have Kowalewski on pole, then a pony car with Nico Pantola in second. 3 times winner in third, Phil Diaz.
Yeah, quick rundown. Third, as you said, 3-time winner Phil Diaz. He's next to Babovic in 4th position. Then we have Oscar Hardwick and David Navrocki in the next row.
The man whose name we can't pronounce.
Lukas. We still simply call him Lukas, the 97, and Steve Martin, Ray Kingsbury, Kagash, Lamoth, Harmon, Korns, Junt, Mick, Thiessen, Laprovod and Martinez, and we're approaching the start line. Green flag is out, and we are seeing the first real start.
Not a very good getaway from the first row, not a very good getaway. Diaz instantly been bumped back into the back of Kowalewski. They can stay on a low line, they're going to be past Pantolo in no time.
Oh, some big wiggle there by Oscar Hardwick. And now they are diving down.
Into the pit lane.
Let's see, hopefully no one overshots it.
Who's carrying on? It's Babovic is carrying on, Martin, Cameron Corns, Navrocki and Mick Thielsen. Yeah, those are the only 6 carrying on. Everyone else is fighting in a pit lane. Take this literally, it's probably really fighting.
At least a few cars stayed out, otherwise we would have 2 little pit boxes.
There are 20 I think per track, so we would have been
no,
just
16.
Really? That's a bit stupid. Barely enough to hold like an MOE GT1 grid.
It's just like an F1, 2 pits, 1 box. So, and Phil Diaz wins the race out of pit lane in front of Oscar Hardwick, Nico Pantola and Gabalowski. Navrocki, Thiessen, Steve Martin are coming in now, while the sole radical entry, Mick, is still on the track.
He must be really radical. It's actually not very common thing to see a radical's car in LFS. At least not these days.
Yeah, at least not in these days. been there have been a number of those cars in oval races, though. Every once in a while.
But nowadays, the number of cars is all visible in iRacing in various leagues and events. Pretty much everyone in this race Jan Laprovot has been on LFS for like 20 years.
At least 20 live for speed years. I guess it's something like dog years.
20 live for speed years until we finally reach the end of the world in early 2009.
Everyone apart of Mick actually was in pit lane.
I wonder if he's gonna do the soul strategy. Quite interesting to see.
Yeah, but we also now know that you are not allowed to do a pit stop under caution situation. So I hope he remembers that. And now he's getting...
Oh, Diaz getting a slide on in the final corner. Nick getting a slide on out of the final corner. And now going to be caught by Gabalewski and Oscar Hardwick. Pretty wide into turn 2. Tola taking a very wide line. He's probably trying to... well, he's not trying to hit the wall like he just did, but he's probably trying to line himself up for the final turn. Couldn't believe how much draft these cars actually give you in corners like this at high speed. You would really be surprised. Usually you never get into the situations where you have a lot of draft from an XRT, but here you do.
But this is also a reason why this car is used in the Kyoto 250.
Oh, Pantona almost lost it! Hardwick has to get well out of the way. Not losing himself. He's now lost all contact to the top 3, so it will be interesting how he's going to fare in the next few corners, laps, sectors, whatever. Oh, Galevsky almost losing it. Is this a bit of more lag here going on?
The biggest enemy of an oval race is the lag.
Other people driving to you.
Also, yeah. But most of the times the lag actually causes someone to drive into you. And either the lag or that you underestimate the actual event itself. I mean, we've seen drivers in the past who thought, okay, it's turning left, it's just turning left for 140 laps, so a total of, well, 400, something more than 400 turns, which is nothing compared to some of the road course races, even shorter ones. But the length, back bump, bad bump there by Oscar Hardwick.
He's honking his horn. He's obviously not happy with that. Understandably.
Well, we've already noticed in the practice sessions that the lag level this year is higher.
Oh,
well, not the overall lag level, but the people with a higher ping to the server are more represented in these days. Mick in the pits.
And let's see where he should end up rather low down.
Oh, I'm watching the map. The lead is and the Fildeus, the champion, is now exiting turn 3. You need to stay
careful. It's a bit ridiculous of LFS in my opinion that the speed limit on an oval where the pit lane is a third of the track is 80 kph. It's a bit, well...
Oh, well, it's 55 miles per hour in Daytona.
Yeah, but...
Which is just a bit faster, it's 90 or so.
Yeah, that's 90, yes, but still.
So Mick is down in 11th. Fighting with Jonas.
They'll fight him, yeah, he's not got up to speed. He's probably going to have to work with Jan Lapp for a while.
Being stuck between Jan and Matonis. Where were we? We were talking about the lags, and that this year we noticed that there have been more lag incidents. But that is something more general.
So I would like to point out Jan Lapp has got no sponsors logos on his car.
No. Funnily, on the stream you might only see the Tiger of Tiger Express Motorsports on the side and then his starting number. But...
actually just kind of thought, isn't it a bit... The numbers on the roof are actually the wrong way around for the cameras. Because they're all like watching from the outside except for one.
Oh... yeah, oh, there's car spinning, there's Matone spinning around. Oh, he catches the car again. No one's hitting him.
But he's now down into 15th place.
And he did not post the time. He entered this race without posting a qualifying time, so he would definitely be out if he's not in the top 12.
He should be out if he's using a pink ABBA skin. At least my personal opinion.
Well, maybe he did try to spin around to actually present himself on the stream.
That didn't work.
No, not at all. About the starting numbers, well, there's been some confusion at the beginning of the sign-up period, when also the skins thread was opened, about the direction of the starting numbers, and...
it was quite obvious from the start.
Yeah, well, they are this way around because race control sees them better, especially in high banking. Okay, we try to mimic a bit the NASCAR routes, and so that direction also is a result of that.
I have to say the top two are like miles away by now already.
Yes. You're seeing the actual gaps between the cars on the bottom of your
4.8
screen.
seconds between second and third place, so it's quite a lot for 16 laps. Obviously not as much as he can make up with a two-way draft in open wheel cars, where you have constant DRS effects.
In the Kyoto 400 by Realistic NASCAR, well, we had the interesting situation that those cars were also were able to do bump drafting as well as slingshot drafting. So they were actually a combination of the racing we see here and the racing we see at the Kyoto 500.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely. Kagash timed out.
Is gone.
He
I actually
should
remember
be
the
safe.
last time he's been in a race where he hasn't timed out.
Must have been some hell of a start race. Because he actually finished some.
Oh, Pantola! Oh, getting loose on the rear of Phil Diaz.
Yeah. As I said earlier, Phil is touching this this track for the first time in a year. And if you've done too much iRacing, in iRacing those bump drafts are not really possible because you would directly get sanctioned by the iRacing system.
4X license suspended.
Yeah. Well, too bad that we don't have Jarl Tyne here.
He's only been banned from iRacing 3 times.
Yeah, he's even the only one I remember to be banned from iRacing. And from LFS was also from banned from the forums once.
Just once.
Just once. But yeah, well, maybe in this race the system is a bit more forgiving. Though if you bin it, Deco will shout into your ears.
You'll know when you've binned it.
So Phil and Nico are spread out. Ian Harmon leaving pits. He has done some repairs actually. He already served his pit stop earlier.
Looking at Nico's front bumper, there must have been one quite big lag actually. Cause that kind of dent, because that's a bit, well, extreme.
Jumping to the back, 6th and 7th place. Two Last Lap Motorsport cars working together. Nathan Lamoth and Ray Kingsbury.
They've been working together all race long, I think.
Yeah, but if I judge it correctly on my little map where the cars are spinning around and TV director, I guess they are getting closer to the cars in front. Which would be Steve Martin and Marcin Gablowski.
Stephen Martin has the best rear bump of everyone.
Yeah. Plain and simple.
Says it all.
We need to wait the LLM cars to get a bit closer to give you
I think the LLM cars are actually doing the bump drafting a bit extremely. They're doing it everywhere they can. Even in corners, which probably is causing them problems from now and then. Now they're gonna do, no, they're not gonna do a switch around. But they're gonna bump each other into the corner.
Not only that they have problems to work together because of lags, I think that American and Canadian mentality are also a bit different. But
Well,
that's
you
just
never know.
guess.
Was having right behind them, David Junt is falling back into the clutches of his teammate.
David driving the Dale Earnhardt skin. but he was a bit late in signing up this year, so instead of the 3, he had to use the 333.
No, the only triple number I like in racing is 888. I'm honest.
Well, maybe the 199 is also something special, but only because of the person who's racing it.
I have no idea who that is anyway, so...
Astrana.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Well, it's more extreme sports than really proper racing. But anyways, 199.
Breaking some of your bones every month or so.
Yeah, breaking your leg, and well,
Ford Fiestas.
it's true. And the only thing which is not extreme in his life, I guess, is that he drives now in NASCAR some races.
That's hotting up down here. It seems like either David's gone slow to wait for Jan, or he's just slower than Jan. I couldn't really find a way to describe that in a better way.
I think they both had, well, no, not they both, I think that David had some contact there with a wall at the exit of turn 3. Or at least some strange momentum loss, and now the Swiss and the French have to work together. And they do so they can start bump drafting. David's driving a very tight line there through turn 3.
I think that whoa is there. Yeah, his right front tire definitely shows that. It's very red.
It's not R-Factor.
R-Factor, well, even R-Factor when your tires are red, it's bad, isn't it? Because I think
yeah,
ideal colour in R-Factor is like purple. For some reason they thought that would be appropriate. It makes sense, because cold is blue and hot is red, so somewhere has to be somewhere in the middle. Ooh, contact between...
Lukas!
Won't be able to stay serious watching him. And that what? I really wish I had flip cams on my LFS at the moment, then I could just like go custom view and switch to cam 2 and have a rearward facing camera. Yellow flag in sector 148 has spun out of turn 1? Okay.
Hey, and look at this! The LLM guys are...
Bump drafting like absolute maniacs.
Yeah, yeah. But at least they work well enough together to not spin each other.
Neither of them has taken the wrong route yet. Oh, that's like some serious speed. Now you should be able to see Stephen Martin's rear bumper actually, which is amazing.
Oh, we just saw the edge of it, because then they start to overtake him.
Oh, that's unfair. Been waiting for that the whole time.
Let's see if he can fight back.
He's not gonna dive bomb in turn 3. It's hard to dive bomb people on ovals. You can think of one where it's possible.
At least it's hard in the old 3 wide. To be honest, I'm scared when they go 3 wide and...
It's not just you.
I mean, it's not like, well... it's not like it's all the time when they go 3 wide, but... especially this constellation. Steven actually showed a good performance in the practice races. Oh, but...
oh, Martin's gone! That's surely gonna be a safety car.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Steven. Just wanted to say something good about you. And look at the cars, which are still flying around the track.
He's gonna... well, the only thing Steve's now got is good tyres. After the safety car you will have good tyres because they will be like high pressure because they cool down from a rather hot temperature. Still not down to last, there's still 3 people behind him, so it's not the end of the world. As Phil Diaz picks up the FZ5 boat safety car.
Now going on board with the poor British in this North American sandwich. We see him here going around the outside using the momentum to clear Kingsbury, and then he tries to bump with Lamoth. So
that's an accident.
Well, that was what I was talking about earlier, about lag-related incidents and that they increased.
Meanwhile, Phil Diaz is trying to show that he used to be a drifter. A slidey left and right action.
Steven's diving into the pit lane. There goes Greg Thiessen as the free pass car. The first car 1 lap down. So yeah, tire warming, also something which is it is nothing new, but this year it dramatically increased. And watching some of that tire warming, I actually have to say that they are raping their tires more than warming them up.
Way you want to do that because, you know, thin tires equals more speed, so maybe some people are just aiming for that.
Well, thin tires also equal pop-up.
And you're not going to manage to wear sort of road tires out on a race as short as this.
Yeah, true.
I'm pretty convinced you can hold 250 on a set of tires actually. Or maybe not quite, but close to.
We've done a few calculations, well, Deco did some calculations earlier about fuel mileage, and we came to the result that you only need 0.8 gallons of fuel on one lap.
Gallons, or is it just percent?
Gallons.
That is...
So in real life data, a gallon is
4.5 liters, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So in European it would be driving full throttle at over 200 kilometers per hour around that track only equals 3 liters of fuel on a lap. 3.5 liters, something like that.
But then that's quite high still, because it's, think about it, it's 3 liters for 3 kilometers, so that's 1 liter per kilometer.
Oh, I'm sorry, I mixed it up. It was the data I had in my mind was for the FO8, so it was 300 kilometers per hour instead of 200.
FO8 has got a massive fuel tank. It's got 125
in
liters.
addition to that, the fuel mileage is extremely high. I mean, that's why we only have
high. It just makes it seem so high because the tank it's the biggest fuel tank in LFS by 25 liters.
Yeah, because the GP2 and well, they actually also had rather big tanks of fuel.
When yes, that's some very interesting strategies trying to get there on the restart.
He's
using the brake, classic way.
Green flag is out. Now you see something. You see the 42 going around the outside, and this is allowed before the line. It's not allowed to pass on the inside except you're a lapped car like Ian is. But the 42 actually passed the Nico Pontola pony on the inside. Oh, and down to the very inside, Nico Pontola dives in.
Top 4 clear again of the 510 car. So, this is going to be very interesting with both the LLM cars bump drafting now with much more people behind them. Far closer. On the front straight, those two are gaining a lot on everyone in front, actually. Visibly see the gap getting smaller and smaller. But now, it's only, they're gonna be involved in the lead battle by turn 3, surely.
And watching the onboard from Lamoth, you can see that Gablowski is using his brakes to not bump the cars in front.
Problem is that slows you down and well enables others behind you to get closer, like it's happening right now.
.26. Oh! Gablowski in the wall.
Happened to one of them, inevitably.
Back to Lamoth.
Oh, very close to Phil Diaz. He almost clipped his left rear end.
And look at this, they are passing Phil Diaz, they are passing Oscar Hardwick, they are up in 2nd and 3rd. Well, nearly. And the back, that was not a good bump there by Ray Kingsbury.
Now they're lining up Nico Pantola. Whoa, that was a very harsh bump from Oscar Hardwick with Ray Kingsbury at once then. That really upset Lamoth.
And Phil Diaz down in 6th. Because from the inside Gablowski is returning, someone spun at the back and we're in the caution.
Yeah, that's 991 spun. That's Stephen Martin, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, that's Stephen Martin to go with Harmon. Or Cameron Collins. I don't know. I don't know where he came from. No, he's got no right rear camber. The next period of extreme tyre warming starts.
Okay, watching the scene. The initial course was the 370 car spinning around the 510, and Stephen Martin just collects him. He couldn't do anything about it. It was just spinning into the field.
Well, we've only seen small. Well, it's still not a big crash. It's kind of just looking big because lots of spinning car and everything. Just minor incidents in a way. I think it was the start of the 09 Kyoto 500, the first one that got red flagged, I think.
Yeah.
Was
and
something
bang!
I don't want to see.
A bump and run. It is nearly a classic bump and run, though we are not on the short track, where it is more common. But hey, there is an edge. I touch you, you spin, I'm off. I get the position. And actually this promotes him into the crucial 12th position, the transition position.
I guess there could be a word or two about that one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Correcto mundo.
People in this race can't complain. They're in a road car with all luxury in it, with a radiator, heater. There are also cup holders. Nice car, the XRT. Shouldn't be raced here, in my opinion, but then I'm LFS's biggest oval lover, as everyone knows.
Yeah, quite interesting that you are commentating this race.
Well, my best record last year was, I think, 12 in LFS car in the last oval race of the season.
Well, by this 12th place you're already better than JJ Wang, who didn't finish a 1 oval race in NDR. I guess that's also a reason why he left for Spade, because not even in the discipline he loves, the oval racing, he can do anything good. At least he was unlucky in the past years. So this time no inside line.
Nico Pantola getting a very good start.
Yes, and also Gablowski getting quite a run on Oscar Hardwick. Phil Diaz is left alone in the middle. No one's around him, at least not directly. Now he's...
now we're gonna see how the LLM car is gonna fit into the... Oh! Very well until now.
A spinner at back. We stay green because he's straight again. Oh! Big hit!
Kingsbury turns in on Hardwick. What on earth was that all about?
And now Lukas! And there comes the 33 of... Oh, Kingsbury, look where the cars are around you.
Is he using follow view again or something? No.
And he's not down into 12th position.
In there? I really don't understand why he turned in there. It was almost still on the straight.
Yeah. I don't know even. especially after that, he made contact with Korn's. Korn spinning. Korn's keeping the car straight. Korn's driving over the apron. He's now in 15th.
I am really looking forward to how this top 5, top 6 group sorts itself out now. Because they are grouped, and behind them is a 4-car group, and then behind them is a 4-car or 5-car group almost.
Lucas taking a very late move to the inside.
Ooh, it's almost been turned to the right by Hardwick. Now working together with Phil Diaz, actually.
So this has some sort of history already with the LLM guys.
It would be really cool to have these onboard cameras they have in IndyCar, where you can just, you know, go left and right around the car in 360 degrees. Whoa! Big contact! Sideswiping Lamoff's car there. Not the best thing to do, really. At the moment it's pretty much going like I thought it would, but Patola's kind of not getting away with it at the front all on his own. It's not being caught yet. Big bump, big speed advantage into 2 from Diaz and Hardwick around the outside of Garbolewski. Easily made it past before turn 3, so that's them up into 2nd and 3rd, and now they're gonna be try setting about going after Nico Pantola in 1st.
Oh, there was a wall moment for Phil. Interestingly, he's still racing the Inex skin, the Western Wolf driver.
We don't have any Western Wolf XC skins.
Doesn't seem like that, so I wonder what happens with when you join the website which is promoted on his bumper.
I think it's still up, actually. Oh, so I know it's still up. They have their forum on there.
Ah,
kind of
yes.
stupid it was offline.
And maybe you get redirected to Western Wolves.
I didn't think that. Well, I don't know, I haven't been on there for like 6 months.
And now we see Nico Pantola, and there's the 42 to his side. That's as much as I can mimic the IndyCar onboards, or overall the American onboards. Though something like that was used in DTM and BTCC already in the 90s.
Oh yeah. Those were good cameras, actually. They were massive, but they were so good.
We actually can see Phil turning his head there, his virtual head. And now Nico Pantola is getting a run again on Oscar Hardwick, bumping with him. knowing one of his...
Oh, very, very slidey for Phil Diaz there mid-corner. Phil Diaz involves the most recent racing experience I've had, with XFR and a roll setup.
That's a very interesting combination, and now on the inside Nico Pentola. We stay on board with this one.
Have like Need for Speed shift graphics effects to make it look far more spectacular, like blur, far too much blur.
Yes, far too much blur.
Ooh, Pentola! Oh, losing balance there, mid-corner, almost running wide into Hardwick. Phil Diaz's back pass right on the outside.
So Phil is back in second.
Really kind of hope there's not another caution, because it would be very nice to see how this works out over the next 12 laps. One of them is going to be us and wreck, or I don't know, push someone into a turn.
Ian is calling yellow flags only because he's leaving pit lane. More a general reminder that there is a car on the track at that point, rather than really something to cause a caution. So leaving this long onboard stint, I hope you guys out there liked it.
Apparently we should go on board with Ray Kings.
Well, we see the 991 car of Steve Martin ahead. However, he's too far ahead to really see his bumper.
Miles away from everyone. Being caught by the 730 car, but he's not there yet.
Giving you a quick rundown, we've got Lukasz and Gablowski, the two Polish men working together in 4th and 5th. Lamotte and Laprovod are working together in 7th place.
Hardwick and Pantola have dropped Phil Diaz now. No love for 3-time Kyoto 250 winners. Give it someone else when you can have it yourself. This is not the real race yet, obviously, but it's a win nevertheless.
I have the feeling that the 77 of his teammate will be somewhat of a challenger for the win this year.
I'm not going to try and predict anything, really. It's a bit mad. Whole oval racing thing. Usually, whoever you pick for the win, you're never gonna be right in LFS.
In real life, it's neither happens. I remember us sitting together to watch the Daytona 500, and I was picking Juan Pablo Montoya. We all know how that ended.
I don't know, because I don't really care.
The jet blower.
NASCAR.
don't tell me you don't know the scene about the jet blower.
What?
Pablo Montoya crashing on the under caution into a jet blower and destroying the surface of Daytona International Speedway. you should look that one up. That's really something you miss here.
That's luckily something that can't happen here. Any crash destroyed the surface, we would have like a dirt track here.
Yes. Hey, those cars have dirt tires. We can do this.
Well, no, they're more like semi-slicks. So, geez, they use the rallycross tires, I think, but not these.
These do also. You can use them on the...
You can, but who wants to if that's slower?
Okay, that's a different question.
We're kind of forgetting that there is a race going on. Oh, Nico Pantola loose again. So also I'd like to point out, which is very, very significant, Nico Pantola does not have his ABS turned on.
Oh. ABS. So going 200 k's an hour, you don't really need an ABS, do you?
I think ABS won't cut it either, but you never know. Whoa, again a lot of sliding into turn 3. Has Pantola given his tyres a bit of a bad treatment lately? Yes, he has. Bit brown. More orange actually than brown. Actually, somehow Jan Laprevot's gonna come up in 6th place without me actually noticing anything.
Jan, where does he come from, Laprevot? So to speak.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone to a team break yet. As his number plate suggests, he's a junkie.
Four laps to go. 3.5 rather. Oh, Nico Pantola hits the wall big time!
Now he's got no right front camber left, and he's Phil Diaz gonna get this.
Well, this is the difference between hitting the wall and driving on the black surface.
It's actually just grey.
Or grey. The black stuff.
Yeah, but the thing I don't like.
Oh, look at him squeezing through that hole! Look at this! Look at this! Oh, unbelievable! He's taking the lead within one turn. Turn 3 is his today.
Usually people go like, oh, I'll have some of that, but Phil Diaz just had all of the space and took the lead.
What an overtake! Oh, wow!
Oh,
so,
dear.
Oscar's taking the lead.
That's how you take the lead in style. With style. Wow. Now, I guess it's gonna be between Phil and Oscar.
They're
Very
going to
last
one-draft to the win. White flag is out, final lap. And now it's going to be a fight. No holds barred in this.
My guess is Phil will bump him coming into turn 3, make him lose and try and go past to win.
Maybe. Oh, he almost tries to go.
He's almost lost it.
Who's getting the better drive here out of the turn
Trying to
3?
take pipeline, but he's gone loose. He's gone loose. Is this the end?
Oh,
No,
contact
against
with
the
the
wall.
wall! Phil Diaz goes to the inside. Phil Diaz goes to the inside. Has the shorter lane. Now pulling Oscar a bit wide,
easily,
and
that's
Phil
Phil
Diaz
as well.
wins the race.
The top 3 have the exact same fastest lap. Are you kidding me? It's the first time I've ever seen that in my life. Wow.
And no, we're not Formula 1, we're not at Jerez, we are in the Kyoto Oval.
We're in a race. Not
And
in
we're
the
in the
qualifying
race,
session. 47.50 for all the top 3.
And Mick, the race sim radical with the radical strategy, is an 8th, and thereby he is in the race. So,
Oscar Hardwick doing a 360 into the pit lane with Nico Pantola. Oh my days. That was amazing.
to be honest, I want to watch a replay of that overtake. Not the one for the win, but the overtake for the lead lap.
Oh my god. How is the re-race gonna be?
That's a really good question. Okay, here we're on board for about 1.5 lap until the overtake happens. I'm going to write you through it a bit. And you already see him drifting a bit through turn 3, but he carries some momentum through that. At least a bit more than the guys ahead. Now they start to drive side by side, which also slows them down a bit. At the line there have been 1.7 seconds between Diaz and Hardwick, and now Hardwick hits the wall. Pantola hits the wall, and look at how much momentum they lost. They lose 1.7 seconds within just a bit. Phil is now at his back, and now look at this gap. I wouldn't drive through that.
That gap was amazing.
The gap was not there when he started to drive through it, and it developed around him, and that's how you can get the lead within 1.5 laps.
It's just this. There's no better feeling than driving down the middle of 2 cars completely surprising both of them. That was really good. Yeah, that was probably the best bit of the two 21.15s I've seen. Except for the fastest lap bit, that part is just amazing. I have no words for that. I mean, I've seen qualifying, I mean, especially in Alpha's car Light and Oval, we had 2-3 people with the same time, but not for pole, and we never had that in a race, in the top 3. I mean, that's just, wow.
Well, yeah, I'm also missing some words there. So, and this was just the warm-up for the race on Saturday.
It'll be very entertaining.
Yeah, but you were right. The second race just had more spice. It was hot compared to race 1.
Probably because of the people in it.
Yeah, probably.
Also to do some shameless plugging, obviously. Talking about Kyoto and 250 laps. Well, we don't have 250, but we have an hour of GT1 challenge on Tuesday. KY3 with the Boofy chicane, which is going to be very interesting, I presume. It's very close and qualifying on the top. As always.
Yeah, some funny stuff happening at your league. I've heard some birds telling me that you switch rules to single file race starts.
Yes, due to what happened in the last race, which was broadcast, which I'm not that unhappy about, seeing as how it went. It was a bit chaotic, I would say. You're second on the grid, you should not spectate and then have the whole field try and move positions on the grid and then crash into each other once the green flag is waved. That did not go well.
Sometimes I have a feeling that some drivers don't know how the formation has to look like.
That wasn't the problem. The problem was just second place spectated and everyone tried to make up for it.
Okay.
Well, I was the only one watching the race and I wasn't able to type quick enough to do anything about it. I had to give the green flag and, well, it kind of all went off there. Yeah, now it's single file restart like rules, so the leader determines when he goes and that initiates the green flag without any passing before the start finish line. So I hope that's gonna make it a bit cleaner. Obviously it's gonna make qualifying way more important now. But yeah. Let's see how that works out.
Yeah, going to be rather interesting at your league.
More, I think GTR-wise, as we said, GT2 World Series is coming back. First season rates of Blackwood reversed on 28th of April. Sign-up's going to be open soon, probably something like next week or so. If I can go by what Chris Ford has said. Furthermore, there's going to be it's going to be a little bit different format-wise than last year with, well, a bit of class split with having GT2 Pro and for less experienced teams, GT2 AM driving for their standings as well as the overall standings. So certainly going to be something to watch out for.
Especially with the new class system, I guess. There will be... those teams can decide on their own whether they drive in the M or in the Pro category.
Oh, we obviously won't be able to let, like, Western Wolves join GT2 AM, obviously, but...
obviously.
But it's not as restrictive as GTAL. I think it's a bit more open. It's not a proper ruling on that yet. But I guess we're gonna get that going and then start the sign-ups next week.
Sounds good, sounds like fun. Races are 3 to 6 hours.
Yes, exactly, and FE4 is back, so we know what happened last time a GT2 race was held at FE4. It's again 6 hours, so watch out.
Oh dear, that's going to be some... I guess that race will be broadcasted just for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. It was a strong league last year in the second season, and it's got it's a bit good for that league that there's no IGTC. I guess it's people who demand any kind of GTR racing are probably gonna look more at that than IGTC, since that isn't there anymore.
Yes. There we are again at the bad point of the current situation, that there's a decline of leagues and participants.
It happens to quite a lot of leagues. Like if you look at OWRL, when it was still Division A, Division B, FOA division has completely gone basically over the years. And LFS card gained more and more people.
Yeah, maybe we're a bit guilty about that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. We've just finished Super GT, and we've had a bit of a GTR break, obviously except for GT1 Challenge, which is kind of just a one weekly sprint race thing with some amount of overtakes and crashes and mad people. And well, endurance-wise, we've not had anything for quite a while. Usually LFS endurance races are just like LFS sprint races, only longer.
That's actually true. No, not completely. I mean, we've seen some examples in MAE in the past.
Obviously, we're not going to MOE styles of endurance. We're not having 12 and 24-hour races. That's a bit probably much.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got a couple of statistics for you. Just to round up the Kyoto 2 coverage of the qualifying day. Statistics include the practice sessions, which were not covered, but which also already gives some tendency to who's to look out for. And using a rather complicated point system of a German endurance league of the VLN.
That thing where you have to put like 20 values in, and that's like a one line long formula.
One line? 3. But anyways. No, it's rather easy. It's also to get the field size into this formula. So depending on the field size, you can gain different amounts of points, which, especially in the oval race. I mean, an oval race with 2 guys racing against each other is somewhat easier than an oval race with 30 guys. But taking a look at these statistics, we have Roman Blauhof as a mathematical, top favorite for winning the race. He finished in average in these races and these practice races at second place, to be correct, 2.25 his average finish.
User joined your channel.
Then we have Piotr Krzyżanowski as second favorite with an average finish of 2.5. Timo Ivonen, who is not racing this race, would be third. Fourth, Miro, who's also not racing. The next one who's racing and is represented in these statistics, Phil Diaz, who would be the third man to watch out. Robin Friskop's the fourth man, and Oscar Hardwick the fifth. So that are the mathematical top 5 to look out for.
I bet it will be like nothing like that in the actual race.
Yes. Could you kind of agree with those mathematical stuff as from the performances you've seen today?
Well, I would say it's almost the reversed way around, really. If you think about it. Well, not really reversed, but like Phil Diaz, Robin Friskops, Oscar Hardwick probably did better than Raymond Barth. I don't know, he's almost like he's cursed. Every time he enters one of these oval races, he gets a really good run and then something happens. So.
Well, we also should not underestimate the curse of the commentator.
That's probably all my fault from today.
So, anyways, we're done for the day. So for you, to stay tuned with the most accurate data about the Kyoto 250, about the week prior to it, there's our little section in the forum. There you have all the threads, you can read through them. And also, if you want to do some oval racing, you can visit our India club, which this special month delivers you the March Oval Madness, which features 3 autocross ovals and the Kyoto Oval as to close the week prior to the Kyoto 250. So that's all for today. So long, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying up that long. Goodbye. Some last words from you, by the way. Don't want to kill your opinion about it.
No, I've said everything I could say.
Okay. So then we'll stop it. Thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.